Hi guys, so I have got for you a short weighted adaptation session. So a few of you have already got some small hand weights, and for those of you who want to get started with that idea, then these weights are from a PPI, and these are the 0.5 kilogram ones each. I would start off quite low with your weights, even if that doesn't sound very much. It's surprising how much a small weight in your hand can make a big difference to some Pilates exercises. So if you haven't already done a small warm-up, then please do, because we're not going to do a warm-up within this. So if you haven't done a warm-up, then please do get everything moving and stretching like we normally would, and then we will get into some exercises with some weights. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to come down onto the mat. Popping down into neutral. Bring your hand weights with you. Good, and then coming nice and neutral and straight. So pop your weights into your hands. Nice deep breath. And then we're just going to hold them up above the head. So tummy in nice and tight, starting with your feet on the floor. We're going to come into double arm stretch. So the arms go over, they circle around, and they're back in. Really bring your tummy in tight. Make sure you're strong in that core as you circle around and you come back. So nice deep breath, stretch through and back. Okay, breathe with it. Lovely. So really protecting your back by making sure your tummy's in and strong. And back. Good. And again. And back. Good. If you want to, you can then pop your legs into double tabletop. And we carry on as usual. But obviously there's a lot more pressure on your core with your legs up and your hands with the weights, all right? Breathe as you go, tummies are in and strong. You can then add in a single leg stretch, just to add to your joy. So we stretch through and we return with those hands, holding onto those weights, just nice and careful, obviously. Good. And then if you want to double leg, you can as well. You're controlling that movement. Lovely. 4, 3, and 2. Last one. Good. Bring those knees in, stretch out that back. Good work. So you can, as long as you can control the movement, you can use the weights for most things. So I'm going to demo some, but obviously give other ones a go if you fancy it. But just always be really conscious of how you're holding your posture, making sure you're neutral, making sure that spine is nice and straight. So we're going to come into swimming on our backs now. We're going to start with feet down as we take our left leg away and return. Right leg away and return. So one to the other. So what you can do as well, you can get ankle weights if you want to try and elongate that stretch and make it harder for the legs. It's an option that's there if you feel you want to give it a go. Good old Amazon, do some ankle weights, but make sure you start off very low. And that's only if you feel you need that extra resistance. Good. And then if you feel fine with your feet down, as we normally would, we're swimming on our backs, we come to double tabletop and you send away again. Lovely. Stretching through. Good. Long stretch. Return. Good. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees in, stretch out your back. Well done, everyone. Good work. So let's come up into seated. And now we're going to do some oblique work with the weights as well, okay? So nice and straight in those seat bones, nice and level, nice and balanced. And if you haven't done any oblique work yet today, you might want to come into just your normal coming back and stretch without the weights to start, just so you've done some, all right? We are stretching forward, we are rolling back, open, return, open, return. Our normal oblique twist with that half roll back position, but obviously holding onto the weights, keeping the elbows nice and bent, but not too rigid through the wrist, okay? Good, stretch round. Forward. Lovely. Good. And forwards. And back. This time we're going to come up with those arms. Back. Good. So we want to keep that equal weight in those seat bones. The tummy is in and strong. We work into that core with those weights. Good. And if you want to, you turn that into a double arm. Keep that tummy in. Make sure you're breathing. Keeping that control the whole time. Forwards and stretch again with the double. Good. 2 and 1. Good. Folding forward, stretching towards those feet. Nice deep breath and stretch. Lovely. Let's come round onto hands and knees, because although it might seem strange to think you can do things with hands and knees, you absolutely can. You obviously just need to make sure your posture is good and make sure you've got that balance. So we can come into our arm stretches from swimming. Level 4. Stretching across. And then when we know we're balanced, we can add in a leg. So it does change that control. Good. And you're just having to work that much harder because you've got that extra weight, however light it may have seemed at the beginning. Good. 2, 1. Good. So that is your introduction to some of the weights. We're just going to have a little stretch off now. So pop your weights down and come into a nice long shell stretch. But that is your introduction into how you can use the weights in our normal functional Pilates session. Take your hands around to the right, left hand and right hand, stretch out those ribs. You can add them into most things as long as you're balanced, you're controlled and you're coordinated. And you're breathing with each one. Hands around to the left, right hand on left hand, stretch out that right side. Great for improving your strength in an area. Back to centre, long stretch. When you first start off though, just make sure you don't go too hard too quickly, because your body will obviously know about this difference we've got going on, because it is quite different to non-weighted. Come around now into seated, cross legs. Lovely. Let's pop left hand down, right hand over, keep that right seat bone down. But it is really beneficial, it just mixes up our Pilates moves that little bit to try and add a little bit of change, a little bit of resistance, and a little bit of difference into what we're doing, which is always nice. Nice deep breath. And back to seated. Roll those shoulders. So I hope you enjoyed that little mini introductory section to some different things we can do with the weights. Give me some feedback if you do want some more weight things, and we can do that if you've got them available, or if some of you go and buy them. All right, see you soon. Bye.